Either way. Actually a town up here, I think. So that's my only possible explanation for a little wine glass. Oh, this is an alien well. I think we've seen one of these. You just basically draw power from the well, and you get pretty much a random buff. Yeah, we got Fortify Magicka from that, so we get an extra 42 from that well. Which, to say the least, isn't terrible, but I'm going to say isn't the best in the world either. Looks like it's gonna rain. Ah, here's an inn. At least I think it's an inn. Ah, the Roxy Inn. Alright. Athletics. Now, you could commit Grand Theft Stallion if you wanted to, but I don't really want to. Or would it be Grand... Can't talk. Grand Theft Ferrari. So that's a wild horse.
Good to see you. I suppose I have a moment. What is it? By the nine divine. What can...
Rumors?
There are islands in Nibbon Bay no one has visited in 100 years. No telling what you'll find.
Huh. Alright then.
Be seeing you. What can I do?
Rumors?
High mountain ranges rise to the borders in the north and east, and marshes and rainforests extend to the southeast borders.
That just gets into a bit of the lore of the world of Tamriel.
Those famous for good.
Something. He's that thief that the Imperial wanted.
Hieronymus Lex.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Isn't he a soldier or a guardsman in the Imperial city?
Yep.
Truth is, the Legion doesn't know who was behind the Emperor's murder. We've already ruled out the Dark Brotherhood. So is this something worse?
Don't expect me to join the Dark Brotherhood.
Farewell.
I think I've explained that before too, but just don't.
They say that when... What can... Nobody goes into the mountains but hunters and thieves on the land. Food and shelter is hard to come by.
But it's there. You actually kind of have a beard going on.
Go ahead.
Do you know how rare that is to find in this game?
You've got to travel by the nine divines. Stay
Well
on the
met.
road.
What?
What's up?
The Nibbaneans think they're slick. Slippery is more like it. Good day.
I hear you.
Thank goodness someone that can help is here.
What?
I don't know how to make this request any simpler, but to put it bluntly, Raylan the Gravefinder must die.
Excuse me? Who's Raylan?
A few months ago, that witch of a necromancer decided to inhabit Moss Rock Tavern just north of my inn. I don't know what she does in there. Frankly, I don't want to know. However, I do know that after she arrived, the woods at night became unsafe. I've seen undead of all types walking in the dark woods near the cave entrance. Now this area is getting a bad reputation, and my business has waned. Every day, it seems the number of undead increase. If someone can get into the cave and kill Raylan, maybe we can stem the tide. Her death pays a handsome bounty. I hope they'll take advantage of the opportunity.
I'll consider.
If you've done good deeds, the Nine will bless you and cure diseases when you visit their way shrines.
However, if you have a bounty on their head, they'll just ignore you.
So?
See, angry.
Yeah. Good one. Not now.
I know I speed through these, but after you get used to it, it's just like, you know, once you see what works with what, you just flick your control stick in that direction and go ahead. Now, the cave she's talking about is up there. Just as she referred to, it is just north of the inn. However, I did the side quest on my main character, which is on another account on this Xbox, at a fairly high level, so I experienced quite a fair bit of resistance. I don't know if I want to go into this quest yet, 'cause she says undead of all types. That means ghosts. Ghosts, if I haven't explained before, can only be hit by silver, enchanted, or Daedric weapons. And then, well, Daedric weapons are in a whole new class of their own, because, well, I would have to get into the lore of things, which would get into an enemy we'd eventually encounter later. And unless you guys are familiar with the lore of the Elder Scrolls and the world around it, well then, it's not necessarily worth my time explaining, because most of you already know this. Let's see. Where's that fort? I guess it's... Oh. That was really bad. It just kind of popped in. Oh. I mean, fading in like that, that's okay, because honestly, that's a wolf. Maybe I can sneak up on it. Not likely, but maybe I can. Nope. Alright. Wolf pelt. It's really get dark in this room. I'm getting off topic now. Let's go ahead and explore this. Well, get it marked on the map, I should say. Jeez. This place hasn't been visited in a while. Fort Shelman. I don't honestly remember what's with this fort. Oh, crap. Power attacks for the win. Actually, there's a mine north of this. I'll try to do my best to explain what I mean there. Basically, what I saw behind the fort icon was a crossed pick and hammer, which represents a mine. That's really all I did see. Anyway. Another ruin. Oh yeah, that's the one I missed. Because that's pretty much the first thing you can explore if you exit the Imperial City sewers. Well, I should say, escape from the Imperial City prison. But these ruins are very unique for one thing and one thing only. There's actually an artifact in there. And that will start a whole side quest of its own. So, yeah, just gotta get used to it. Vilverin. This is what this place is called. We'll get to this eventually. Actually, no. Okay, you saw me. That's just dandy. Ah! Hey! It's not cool. You can't poison your weapon. What's its named? Yeah, it was poisoned. Alright. And what about you? Just a lockpick? And an iron arrow from your buddy, I think. I think we can safely say that we'll be going in there much later. Not that it's a bad place or anything, but it's, let's just say it's big and long, and, well, it would probably take the better part of 2 videos. Another fort. How much are we getting? Chain Hall. We're almost to the exit on the left. Considering the world of Oblivion is fairly small, that's not to say that because, I mean, you could practically see the Imperial City from anywhere you stand in the entire game, except when you're either A, deep in a forest, or B, there's a mountain in your way. It's funny, I didn't explore a cave over there. Here's another fort. Gotta get to exploring these. Fort Urasek. Interesting name. Probably an orcish fort. Here's the forked chain hall. Yep. So we're going the right direction. I'd give for a horse right now. How much money do I have? 690. I don't want to spend 500 gold on a horse right now. Because I'd have to go all the way to Bruma and basically make my hike so far obsolete. Okay, now, over here, you see that little symbol in the compass? That just represents, like, any old building that's, like, basically it's a landmark building. If we go into the clearing, that's gonna be over here. I know I'm straying off the road, and I could be finding caves and stuff if I were to stay on it, but when I'm dead set on finding a landmark, yeah, I'm just gonna stray off the beaten path and do it. Right here we have Roland Genesiric's cabin. Well, Gensiric's. Which is, yeah, it's pretty neat. I don't think there are any caves nearby the road. Prove me wrong, game. Prove me wrong. Alright, back on the road again. But at least now we have a landmark to go by. And that will be part of a side quest later on. It's not bad looking. Granted, the water could look a little better, but can't complain. Just hiking. So I really can't. I still think it's gonna rain. Whoop. Someone spotted me. Whoop. That's not good. Ah! Okay, it's an imp. I thought it was a ghost for a second. I'm like, ah! Imp Gall, Fortified Personality. You should probably stock up on some Imp Gall, because eventually those things are going to become a rarity as you level up. They're just going to, like, disappear. No joke. So far, so good. That's a cave up there. Another imp. This time I saw you first. Ah! Okay. Lightning. Not cool. I think what's supposed to happen with lightning is that as it's cast, you lose mana. So, yeah. Barren Cave. Well, we'll go into there eventually. That just means it has no vegetation, FYI, so. Means there's probably very little moss, very little everything. Even mushrooms, maybe. The woods are starting to get a little thick. Be a perfect ambush point if you were like a, oh, I don't know, a bandit? Highwayman? You could just pop out behind one of the trees and be all like, hey, dude, give me your money. Okay, granted, you wouldn't say something like that. Speaking of which... Ow. Well, that's not very nice. Warhammer is poisoned. Alright, let's keep going. So we're almost there. There's another house over there, but that one's actually a bit different. You'll see why when I get over there. But over there's Chain Hall, which is actually a base of operations for the Dark Brotherhood. Let's go up here. This is just stables, but if we keep going further, what we will find is Knights of the Thorn Lodge. Which, I don't know, it's a faction of sorts. Now, the Black Waterside Stables, this is where you can purchase black horses, which in this game are by far the fastest. Very well worth the money. Of course, if you don't want a black horse, which, granted, they look, considering it's a very poorly rendered version of a horse, they look, quote-unquote, beautiful, but I prefer a white horse, which can only be purchased in Anvil.
Evening.
Well, I suppose the sun is starting to set. Perfect for us, as we are going to commit a thievery of sorts. Alright. Yeah, see? You'll find the best quality of horses at the Black Waterside Stables in Cheydon, meaning they're the fastest. So, don't diss the black horses just because they're black. They're still really fast. See an inn. You can find quite a few things here. In fact, there's an inn right across the way of an inn. Excuse me.
I can eat for a day.
Well, first of all,
We'll see.
do not like. So,
That's enough.
that actually kind of worked out, except not really the way I wanted it to. Do you know where the bust of Leothasa in Dares is?
Sure, I've heard about it. What's it worth to you?
How's about 15 gold coins?
Count Doris recently commissioned a bust of Lavassa. They say the elves carved it. He put it near her tomb in the chapel undercloth. He also posted a guard so that her tomb wouldn't be disturbed. It used to be anyone could visit her, but now it's off limits to the public. There's a rumor going around that the undercroft may be haunted.
Haunted schmonted. I'm not scared of ghosts. Okay, granted I am, because I don't have a silver weapon.
They charged me 5 gold for littering. Littering! I barely made that in a year. These fines are ridiculous.
Wait a minute, what? Talk about these fines.
Ever since Ulrich Leyland took over the captain of the guard post, this city's gone downhill. It's getting almost scary to walk the streets.
Really?
The guards imposed new, ridiculously heavy fines for every infraction under the sun. They almost seem to make up laws just for charging fines. If you can't pay the fine, they take your property away and toss you in the castle dungeons. Nothing we can do about it, really. If you're interested, go talk to Lavana Nadarin. She seems the most outspoken against Ulrich and his new fines.
Well, I don't necessarily want to be a hero about it, but that's just wrong. Either way, we'll probably get that side quest done as well, because, I mean, it involves thieves again. Again, of the wrong kind. The corrupted kind of thieves that are in government or politics, and they abuse their power for greed, and they get all the money they want. In fact, here's an example of some stolen property.
Stand clear. I'm sorry. No one except for Cheydinhall City Guard are allowed inside this home.
Well, why is that?
Due to outstanding fines owed to the city, Aldous Arthurac's property has been seized and is now sealed until further notice. Good day.
Alright, then. That's what I'm talking about, see? This guy lost his home because he couldn't pay fines. That's just dumb. I'm gonna put a stop to this. I guarantee it. By my blade, I will. I think this is the first time we've been in a temple like this, because if you have any ailments upon you, be it sickness, illness, hell, even vampirism, disease, just go to here. Oh, crimes. One. That's because I have far too much infamy for my own good. Cause see, I have 2 infamy over my 1 fame, so trying to pray here won't work. So I'm still gonna be infamous, though. Trust me. That's the chapel hall. We want to go to the Undercroft. Now here, I'm actually going to not use Night Eye, well, my Starlight ability at all. Else, I'm just going to get busted. That's not good. First things first, watch where this guard goes. Something you have to learn about stealing big key items like this is to learn the patrol of a guard. And of course, stick to the shadows. That's important too. If I had some water, I'd put out the candles, but I don't. This guard is evidently taking a scenic route to get back to the... what might be the room with the bust. Let's see how long she takes. She didn't take very long, so she's not concerned about that. Okay, go. Alright, we're in. Now we just gotta see where the guard goes when she comes in here. I don't want to find that she's just gonna pretty much be right on me when I'm about to go out. Okay, I'm going too far. You're mine. Bus now to get back to Armand. I would take the bouquet of flowers, but it's to respect the dead. Go. Alright, I can now just kind of casually stroll out like nothing happened. And to avoid getting busted by the guard, I would prefer to just go straight back to the Imperial City and give this to Armand. I mean, it seems like a good thing. I stole quite a hefty priced bust. Made by elves. This thing's got to be worth, if I fenced it, quite a bit. So, I mean, let's hope this was worth it. Oh, whoa. Whoa! The waterfront is crawling with Imperial Watch. They're all looking for Armand Christophe. I'm sure he won't show at midnight. The Erlos Garden is too hot. I need to find out where he's hiding. Maybe one of the other Thieves Guild members knows. I'll have to start asking around for them. And if we actually pass...
Have you seen Armand Christophe?
Yeah. They're going to be asking around whether or not you've seen Armand Christophe. So... Yikes.
Have you seen Armand Christophe?
Hey. Hieronymus Lex. What's up, bro?
Have you seen Armand Christophe?
No. I don't know who you're talking about. I would break into Methradel's house, but that's not a good idea. We'll go ahead and wait till daybreak, in which she will probably have her door unlocked. Excuse me for a moment.
Thank goodness I found you. I assume
Or,
you know that
we
Hieronymus
just got
Lex
found.
issued an arrest warrant for Armand Christophe.
Where is he, though?
He is in hiding. Armand is accused of stealing the bust of Lathasa Indaris from Cheydinhal. They say Count Indaris himself filed the charges.
Say what? What do I do with the bust, then?
There never was a client that commissioned the guild to steal Lathasa's bust. Armand used you to flush out an informant that infiltrated the guild.
Okay, so who was the informant?
Mavrina Arana. Now Armand needs your help to neutralize her. You're going to pin the theft of the bust on Mavrina. She lives in the waterfront.
I actually passed her house. How?
Plant the bust in her cupboard. Make sure she doesn't see you. Then go tell Hieronymus Lex that she is the thief.
Gotta get him to trust us
He
first.
probably won't believe you, so you may have to persuade him.
Yep.
Hopefully you will at least go and check it out.
I hope so.
Shadow hide.
Let's hope for the better. We gotta break into some houses. Come on. Come on. There we go. In we go. Okay, she's sleeping. That's her cupboard. Alright. Frame's been planted. Let's put the picture in. Hey, Hieronymus!
Seen Armand? What do you want? Can't you see?
Yes, I see that, but let's be friends.
Yorton. Was that so? Blah, blah. I accept.
And of course, just for added benefit, here's a little money.
That will get you something. You're good.
Here, I know what happened to the bust of Lathasa.
You know where the bust is hidden?
Ravana Arano has it.
Are you sure? That can't be right. She's my... I mean, she doesn't seem to be the type.
It's in her cupboard.
I don't believe you. But I'll have to check it out anyway. If you are right, there will be hell to pay. You will have to come along.
I bet he's wondering why I know this. Well, he'll find out very shortly. Very shortly indeed. Doors just don't come unlocked, bro.
Hey,
This
what are you
citizen
doing?
is accusing you of stealing the bust of Lathasa from Cheydinhal. I even found the bust in your cabinet. What do you have to say?
Fool! You've just exposed me to the Thieves Guild. That citizen is actually the guild member that was hired to do the theft.
Fraud!
Evidently, I have no further use for you. If what I heard is true, you are the thief. If what you say is true, the Gray Fox knows you are my informant. Either way, it's over. You didn't really think I'd trust the likes of you for very long.
Okay, racist.
But I've been loyal to you. I've reported everything that Armand has done. You can't just toss me aside like a soiled cloth.
Yes, I can. You are under arrest for the theft of the bust of Lathasa and Doris, Countess of Chedenhall. Come with me.
Oh my. Hieronymus Lex found the bust I planted. Now all I have to do is report to Armand. Fortunately, I'll have to wait until the next midnight for him to return to the Garden of Dariloth. That's disappointing. What's in your chest? What? I'm a thief. She's gone. What else do you expect me to do? Just sit around? Of course I'm gonna nick stuff. Okay, that's good. Security increased. Ah. Everybody who lives in the waterfront doesn't. Excuse me, kind sir. What the hell? Alright then. You're not even fussed that I'm in your house. I could sleep in that bed if I wanted to. Alright. Now, that's done with. Give me 1 second as I turn on the lights. It's getting dark in here. That's better. Alright. Well, the investigation's done. And if I wanted to, I could wait for Armand. But I believe that there's another issue to attend to first of all. The corruption in Chedenhall. That's just not okay. Some say certain members of Thieves Guild will buy stolen goods, but some officials insist the Thieves Guild doesn't even exist. Sadly, it does, and its corruption is spread pretty much all over Tamriel. Ugh, wow. I'm a little tired. Or at least I yawned. I'll have pity on you.
Unsafe. Counting Dark.
Well, apparently news has spreads fast.
Thank you, Cup.
Go. Oh, nope, I don't want to wait. I actually want to switch my quest. Corruption and conscious, I think that is. Gotta ask around a little bit to find out what the hell is going on. I still run very slow. I wish I was running a little faster. Hail.
Hello.
You are Ivana Darna, correct?
You seem far too nice to be one of Ulrich's men. What can I do for you?
It's far too nice. What do you know about these fines?
Oh, please, don't even get me started. That madman won't be satisfied until everyone in town is dead broke. Or in jail. What in Oblivion is Ulrich doing with all that money anyway? I'm sure he's lining his pockets with the gold of the good citizens of Chedenhall. Take my good friend Aldous Othram, for example. In the last month, he's been fined 6 times. 6! All for being drunk and disorderly. Have you ever gone past a guard barracks? When are they not drunk and disorderly? What kind of a stupid fine is that? Well, Aldous couldn't pay the last 2 fines, so they seized his home and threw him into the street until he could pay it. Bastard!
Oh my. Such strong language. What about the Count?
The Count? He could care less about our plight. As long as the roast suckling pig is delivered to his feast table, he's as happy as can be.
Great. Is there anyone who cares?
Well, there's one man who seems to care. Garrus Dorelian, second in command of the guard. I hear he isn't happy with Ulrich. I don't know what you can do for us in this situation. I mean, Ulrich is the captain after all. Perhaps you could speak to Garrus. You can find him roaming the county hall of the castle most of the time.
As I will. Do you know anything about Aldous?
Poor fellow. You may be able to find him roaming the streets of Chedenhall, probably drunk. Only a month ago he lost his wife. They were traveling the road from the Imperial City when a bandit raiding party struck. He barely escaped alive. Ever since then, he's been drunk. Sure, he gets rowdy sometimes, but he's never hurt anyone.
Poor man. What about Ulrich?
I don't know where the Count found him, but I sure wish he'd send him back. He's a menace to this town.
Well, you obviously don't have much to say. It's nice to him. So now to find the captain of the... Well, not the captain, but the second in command of the guard. He'll definitely know where to start. It's Cattail? That's Cattail. I'm hoping this is the castle, because it looks pretty grand to me. And if this isn't the castle, well, then what is? Okay. Making our way in. Hello. Has a shield spell, temporary reduce damage from your enemies due to you in combat. Somewhat useful. Alright. Garrus. There you are.
Yes?
Excuse me.
What do you want?
I want to know a little bit about your, boss.
I can't say I'm prepared to speak to you about that. No telling who will end.
Alright. So you need to be persuaded a little bit.
All right.
I would draw my sword and threaten you with it, but I'm afraid that you'll kick my rear with all the guards around. Let's see, I
What?
think... Okay, so the left two are bad.
Yes. Don't talk. Well done. Don't talk such.
Apparently my persuasion's getting better,
Well done.
because I don't need to
That's
bribe
right for
him.
me.
Now will you tell me?
It appears you've spoken to Lavanna. I know she sounds a bit like a raving madwoman, but she isn't far from the truth.
Really?
Ulrich is definitely up to something. Every day, we take in exorbitant fines from the people. Where most of the money goes, I have a good idea. Ulrich keeps his quarters locked, but I've glimpsed inside. The things he has in there could never be purchased on a captain's salary.
Oh my.
At first, I thought maybe he was from wealthy stock, but many of the goods have been delivered recently. I'd love to bring him to task in front of Count Indaris, but I dare not without a solid witness that will speak against him.
What about Lavanna?
Honestly, she's never done anything to be fined or get in trouble. Yet. The person I'd love to bring in as a witness is Aldous Othman. That is, if we could sober him up for 5 minutes. I haven't approached him myself, as Ulrich has eyes everywhere. However, he doesn't know you well enough yet to suspect anything.
That's true.
If you want to help, you need to get Aldous to agree to become a witness. Nothing else can be done.
Alright.
You must locate Aldous. He's a danger to himself and others in his condition.
Well, before I find Aldous, it appears I'm running towards the hour time limit. I steal. I don't really want to steal that. So, I'm thinking I'm going to cut the part off right here, looking off the blue wild yonder. So, I thank you guys for watching, and in the next part we'll find Aldous. So until then.